it out to the panel, and joining us from Los Angeles, radio host and Fox News contributor, Leslie Marshall. I'm going to go right to you, Leslie. Boy, $1.2 trillion. What don't they get? And by the way, I'm thinking that's from both sides, right? You're going to tell me that there's Republicans in there that want some earmarks as well?
Oh, no, we're starting to read each other's minds, Eric. This is dangerous. Yes, absolutely. But I have to say, nobody has yelled louder prior to the election and even since than the Republicans about stop spending. Yet they shake hands with the president and the Democrats and give bipartisan support for, as you so accurately pointed out, this huge spending bill. So quite frankly, politicians on both sides are not listening to the American people. But I have to say that the Republicans over there on the right obviously not only are not listening, but have their feet in their mouth because they promised that they would not do this, not only additional spending, but earmarks and attaching so much to a bill to please their constituents and obviously the lobbyists that wrote checks to help them get elected.
Hang on, Leslie Gibson, what about this? I'm reading some of these other proposed appropriations. Washington Department of Homeland Security, $267 million for consolidation and development, whatever that means. $8 million for highway,
This is all absurd, but you heard the congressman say last year we passed an omnibus bill at the last minute Christmas of $500 billion. This year it's $1.2 trillion. That's more than double. Doesn't this, and who's Leslie kidding? The Democrats are still in charge. This is a lame duck thing. I mean, it's not Republicans doing this, although I'm sure they have their fingers in it. This is a more than double spending bill in 1 year. People have been saying, Obama, quit spending. You can't charge these tax cuts off as deficits if you don't spend the money.
Ron, he's right. They're doing. Why do you think they're doing it on December 15th?
If there was
not
any
January 4th when the new Congress comes in?
If there was any principled opposition from the right wing,
right here,
okay,
absolutely,
they would be filibustering this like they have threatened to do with bill after bill. They want this stuff.
That doesn't make any sense. No, that doesn't make any sense because spending bills originate in the House, okay? And so the House is controlled.
This bill just passed the Senate, did it not?
Right, but the House control, the Democrats control the House and the Senate, right? So John's right. Republicans have their hands in this, but Democrats are still in.
If Republicans wanted to stop it, they could. They don't. You know, face reality. They all want
stopping
stuff.
it means stopping the government. This is a continuing
That's
resolution.
what you want, right?
No, that's what you
No,
want.
I
you
thought
want
you want
another Clinton era,
small,
stop the
tiny
government, blame the Republicans. The Republicans didn't
You'll
take your
send
bait
an
this
intern with
time.
a thong,
They
and
got
that'll be the end
smart
of
As far
Obama.
as the Republicans go that voted for this, there's some rhino hunters out there, and they're going to be on the watch.
I don't
Any of
speak
these
Fox
guys-
speak. What is a rhino hunter?
Republican in name only.
okay.
Come on. So look, we threw out the bums the last time, the big spenders,
Do it
whether they
again.
were Republicans or Democrats, and you know what? We'll do it again.
Leslie, what about
Whoever
hold on,
we
Ron,
are.
Ron, hold on. What about it, Leslie?
You, Andrea?
What about getting
The
this
tax-
in?
Eric, I have
Guys,
The poor
guys, stop,
Eric,
stop.
I have just watched a display by the three of you, sorry, of exactly what the American people are sick of.
Oh,
They
really?
changed the station,
game
Leslie.
and the infighting, which is the
Leslie,
blame
you
game
opened your
and
segment
the
by
infighting.
blaming.
You're terrible.
If I recall, you opened your segment
excuse
by
me, as a
blaming.
liberal Democrat, I said the blame falls on both sides of the aisle, but I do have to agree with Ron, who said, I don't see the Republicans filibustering this. I don't see the Republicans stopping. Remember, both Democrats and Republicans are voting in favor of
Because
this.
at the end of the day, Gibson's right. If you let it go through, government stops, and they know they want that paycheck come January 4th. Hold on, listen to this, you guys. Back in 2008, candidate Obama criticized John McCain for proposing exactly what President Obama is doing right now. Take a listen.
Bingo.
John McCain is going to go after you as another classic liberal tax and spender.
Well, I'm going to go right back at John McCain because look at his tax proposals. He just went out there and not only wants to continue some of the Bush tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans and corporations, he actually wants to extend them, and he hasn't told us really how he's going to pay for them. It is irresponsible, and the irony is he said it was irresponsible.
Boy, if it was irresponsible for McCain to suggest it, is it not irresponsible for Mr. Obama, or President Obama, to suggest
Yes.
the same exact thing?
Yes.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, Leslie.
Okay. The president begrudgingly agreed to this, Eric. This is a deal where it's sort of like, I want A, B, and C. I'm begrudgingly agreeing to
Flaming
D.
hearts and flowers.
2 years, not 10. And by the way, it's brilliant, because if it works, he gets credit, and if he doesn't, he says, look, I didn't want this, and I told you this would happen.
He just disavowed the underlying philosophy of all his economic arguments for 3 years and embraced the Republicans, and now he wants to take credit. Leslie, give me a break.
I don't think hostage takers are being embraced. I think it's clear he did a deal to get what he wanted.
He just said, and Larry Summers said it, Joe Biden said it, the whole work said it. All of this stuff, this tax cutting, which he has campaigned against for 3 years, is good for the economy, will make jobs happen. The guy has flipped. He is now a Republican. 10. Who have you got to lead your socialist side?
Ron, answer the question.
Look, I don't disagree, shockingly, with John. I think President Obama was right in 2008. You can't do this by simply dumping it over into and creating a larger deficit. I think that's exactly what he's doing now. He was right then. He's wrong now. But McCain was wrong then and wrong now.
Or is he doing exactly what Leslie Marshall just said? He's buying himself a free ticket. If it works, he's going to take credit.
Well,
if it doesn't work, he said, oh, look, you guys passed it.
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think he understands the political reality of this. If he doesn't get it done, he's going to get major, major blame. It's political suicide for the Democrats. But I think he knows, based on what Summers says...
Democrats, but what about for 2012 Obama?
I think he knows this wins him favor with independents and everybody who looks at their paychecks after January 1st and doesn't see less money
But he's promised to, as he's trying to get reelected, to reignite this debate about raising everybody's taxes. Not a good strategy, I would think, but we shall see.
We're not talking about raising everybody's taxes, John. We're talking about raising your taxes, certainly. Definitely, Eric's. And
there's a lot of independents
nobody else in this room. The guys
there's a lot of independents out there,
believe me, are not going to have their taxes raised.
But the only one who's screaming about this is the very, very far left. The good news for Obama is you can screw your base. They have nowhere else to go. Look at Clinton did it.
Look, you're
Leslie, hold on. Leslie, last word to you. Is that what he's done? He's screwing the base to see if he can win a re-election in 2012.
No, I'll tell you something. I'm a liberal talk show host for 23 years, and I can't tell you how many years conservatives told me I wouldn't be here the next year. And one of the reasons is I have some great negotiators who are my agents and my team. And one thing they taught me is the best negotiation is when both parties leave the room getting most of what they want, but having surrendered a piece of what they wanted to the other side. That's what the president did. That's what the president did. He surrendered the least amount here.
He abandoned his underlying economic philosophy. That's not the same as you negotiating with your employer, Leslie. Sorry, nice try.
We're going to have to leave it there, Leslie. You got to leave it there. We're going to run out of time. We're going to lose your win. You're sticking around with us. We're going to see you a little bit later in the show. More Follow the Money.